So that is the whole Shanghai subway system. The map really can't tell how big of an area this is, but it is huge. So very impressive. Very impressive indeed. All right, off to find my train. So this is like right now it's 3 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. Already fairly crowded. So you imagine on a holiday or weekend, it'd be pretty intimidating. It's a couple of days after a national holiday, so. All right, here is the train. All right, let's go find a seat. A lot of subway entrances are surprisingly located right inside of malls. So that's one way to, I guess, route the traffic into a shopping area. But yeah, so malls are still sort of a thing in China. You still find a lot of people here. In the U.S., malls are just closing left and right. But here, I think there's still this culture of taking family to the mall, doing some shopping. I guess pedestrian traffic, it's more of a thing in Asia. So, yeah, this is like a weekday, Tuesday afternoon. After I find out the local museums, today's the day that it's closed. So it's not too bad for a Tuesday afternoon. I swear I have the worst luck with museums. I'm always trying to avoid crowded weekdays or weekends. So I try to go to these places on weekdays, but then I always find out once I get there that Tuesday museum closed, Monday museum closed. So, oh well. Just gotta go with the flow, I suppose. So that was like a food court eating area. I wanted to actually go to a XiaoMi store. the Xiaomi stores, they just released a EV for like 200,000 RMB, which is like 30,000, starting like at $30,000. They basically sort of copied a Porsche Taycan, the look of it, and I mean, you can copy the looks, but function wise, I'm not sure if it come up to spec. I mean, you can use Xiaomi, you can make Xiaomi phones, but does that mean you can also sort of translate that? Oh, here's a Tesla store. Does that mean you can just translate that directly into making cars? There are like 200 different brands of electric cars in China right now. Everybody's getting into the electric car game. It's I think it's relatively simple in terms of technology because you're not making the motors and transmissions. So all you have is a big battery and electric motors to worry about, and the electronics. Most phone company has enough technology to deal with that. So you see phone companies, appliance companies. I know Huawei is making a car. Here's NIO. NIO has a thing where they have these swap stations where they swap out the battery at these stations directly. So, yeah, I wanted to find a Xiaomi store, but I was reading about people who ordered the first batch of Xiaomi that there's there are some issues, I think teething issues with Xiaomi because I don't think that these stores have any experience with cars, and if you think about it, a car, there's a lot of after sales kind of service that's needed for maintenance and support. I mean, phones are one thing. Phones, you might need a new screen or something, or a replacement battery. Whereas for a car, like a zillion things could go wrong with a car. And you go to a Xiaomi store, what do? The salespeople need to be retrained and everything. So, yeah, it's interesting whether or not they could. But they sold out like 70,000 cars. Wow, the inside is impressive. Look at that screen. These electric cars, the interior is just outrageous. This screen's just gorgeous. Although I don't know if you want to be watching all these movies while you're driving. So I don't even know what brand this is. There are just so many different brands, like one coming up every month. I mean, they all look really nice on the outside. But what are they like on the inside or after 10,000 miles, 20,000 miles? That's the question. So, Xiaomi store. Where is the Xiaomi store? Let's see. L4, Technology Experience. Car parks, if you want. So I need to go to level 4 maybe? We're at level 1. All right, let's go up and see. And of course, there's sort of a race to the bottom nowadays because of all these new brands coming up. People are just cutting prices like crazy. Even Tesla, I heard recently, cut like $2,000 off their vehicles in China, 14,000 RMB. So it's pretty cutthroat, razor thin profit margins. But whoever is left standing gets the lion's share of the profits, I assume. I think BYD right now is the biggest EV maker in China, definitely, if not in the world. I think they outsold Tesla recently. But yeah, well, here's a chance to get to see a typical Shanghai mall if you haven't been in a mall in a while. Very, very nice, modern. You just think, I haven't been to a mall in America in like ages. You just don't do that anymore nowadays. Everything's online, everything's Amazon. But the experience, I think also, since eating is such an important part of Chinese culture, malls really do a good job of every mall has a whole floor, usually in the basement or the top floor, dedicated to just restaurants. So people still go to malls here for the restaurant experience. A lot of the really top-notch restaurants are inside malls rather than standalone stores. So that's another attraction for Chinese consumers. You know what? I don't think I will see a XiaoMi on this floor. Yeah, we're in the kids area here. Kids clothing, maybe. All right, down we go. Adidas Kids. Green juice. And a lot of these malls, they organize these kids events on the weekends. And some malls I have seen, like they devote like the whole center area or whole floors to kids like funhouse activities, jungle gyms. So it's a good place for parents to sort of bring their kids and have sort of a ready babysitter. There I see the XiaoMi store. You can see the bottom there, bottom floor, and the blue car or the aquamarine car. That's definitely the XiaoMi SU7. It's a copy of a Taycan, Porsche Taycan. Yeah, I want to get a closer look at that puppy. But every floor there are cars everywhere. All right, let's navigate our way down. I see a lot of the news these days saying the Chinese economy is slowing down and shopping malls are empty. But at least from firsthand experience, I see a lot of people here. So on a Tuesday afternoon, this is not too bad. I mean, whether or not people are spending money actually in these stores or just sort of window shopping, I'm not sure, but maybe the demise of the Chinese economy might be exaggerated. But that's just sort of anecdotal observations from my part. See, like these brands, I have no idea what brands they are. I never heard of them. I mean, that's, I guess, one of the fun part about being in China. growing up in LA, you just don't see some of the cars that are sold worldwide. But here in China, you have all sorts of brands that you never see back home. Here is it's a big V for a phoenix of some kind for the logo. All right, I think we need to go down one more floor to the Xiaomi section. Yeah, definitely. Okay, where are the escalators? So if you're thinking about moving to Shanghai, plenty of places for your shopping needs. Yeah, I can't think of anything that's missing here that you can't, that you would need, that you have back home. I think some things cost a little bit more, like an iPhone costs a little bit more, but a lot of homegrown electronics are really pretty cheap here. A lot of Western brands, maybe they're a little bit, you pay like a 10% kind of tax over what you would pay back in America. But you don't need to, buy those things. When in Rome, when in Shanghai, buy what's produced here. Doc Martens store? Do these still exist? Quite popular. All right, we are getting close. We have Ray-Ban store, MLB. I think MLB, isn't that Major League Baseball? I don't know, can't tell. I thought MLB was Major League Baseball. You would see like caps and such, but okay, one more floor down, then we're there. The other thing is like, if you're always staying at the tourist areas, all you see are tourists. I think coming to a mall in Shanghai, surprisingly, you actually get to see Shanghainese people. That's the important thing, right? You want to see how, when you go to a city, you're not just seeing the tourist attractions. You want to see how the people live, what they eat. And that's what I'm there for. I'm not heading to the Eiffel Tower every time, snapping a photo, like National Lampoon Vacation, and say, hey, job done. Very nice looking cars. Thank you. Yeah, it's great to 900 volts, really high charging system, battery system. But like here, like I said, I don't recognize these brands at all, so I'm not doing them very good job of advertising. All right, this is the Xiaomi car. The Xiaomi SU7. This is the car that broke the internet. Starting at $30,000, 200,000 RMB, you get all this exotic goodness. It does look like the Porsche Taycan, that's for sure. These wheels are huge. It looks like they're 21 inches. Interior, very nice. It's a beautiful color too. And I think this is the base model. They have two trims, like a base model and a Max, SU7 Max model. Look at that, you have a screen in the back seat too. Beijing XiaoMi. XiaoMi charger. Some interior trim, interior pieces and colors. Different colors you can get. Wow, that purple and that green. Definitely something I would consider if I was buying a Xiaomi. Interior colors. Different rims. Yeah, I'm sold. If I was in the market for a car for $30,000, what can you get for $30,000 back in the States? Like a Civic, maybe? Beautiful screen. All right, that's the tour of the Xiaomi. Like I said, it's one thing to buy it. It's another thing to run it year in and a year out. It has, basically you have a brand new player with no sales record, no maintenance record of this vehicle. So a couple of thousand miles down the road, you have a problem with your battery, if you have a problem with whatever, you go to your local Xiaomi store, what's the response and how are things going to be fixed? That's the thing I think people don't really think about when they buy a new car like this. Right now, I think it's the part of the Xiaomi hunger marketing. They keep volume really low initially, price really low. So these things are sold out. I think they sold like 70,000 already within like a couple of days. But delivery is like several months out from the time you order. And we'll see. We will see. I mean, when you consider a Porsche Taycan, probably costs something like 7 to 8 times the cost of the Xiaomi. And it's not even close. But we'll see how all this EV saga plays out. Interesting times. All right, I think I will end the tour of the local Shanghai Mall right here.